All right. Hey, welcome back. This is episode 51 of the Part-Time Players podcast. This is a video game podcast where four pals discuss the week's video game news. My name is Reese Ragnarok.
He can't even know his own name.
Reese Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok. I'm joined by Brad. How are you doing today, mate?
Hello, I'm good, very much good, thank you. Oh, none of us can talk today.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it. Okay, but I'm good, thanks.
The first take was probably better now.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Ash Seeley, how you doing, mate?
Hello, how we doing? This guy. See,
Good.
that's how you do it. That's how you do it, boys. Pro.
I'm excited.
And we're returning. Brad Moore. How you doing?
Yep. Hi.
Brad's back.
Hello. Brad's
back.
back. Brad's
Yeah,
back.
Who is this person? He comes along every other episode.
Yeah, once every 3
nothing,
months.
Gives
Yeah.
nothing
To be
to us.
fair,
Just
part-time
march
player.
in, kick the
Part-time
tour
player.
down. Yeah,
But he's a
Part-time
part-time
podcaster.
podcaster. Well, here we go.
here he is.
Bloody legend.
Cool.
Right, okay, yeah. So are we jumping straight into the news, or are we going to like have a little what we're up to, how we doing, or do you think people care about that? I don't know if people really care about that, do they?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. You tell them me.
I'm going to say they
Yes.
do
I'm
care.
going to say they do care.
Yeah, I'm going to say they do care.
Go on, Brad,
Yeah.
you go first. What have you been up to this week, mate?
Who, me?
Yeah, you, mate.
Nah, nothing. I'm boring.
Oh, I was hoping because you introduced this. You'd
Yeah, I
say-
feel like you had something to say. I feel like you setting the stage to like
Nah.
have a story, but you don't.
I work, and then sometimes I drink too much and be hungover for a day. That's me.
Okay,
Nice.
depressing. All right, cool.
Yeah,
We've got some good.
Okay.
Anyway, going on to the podcast, we've got some good news stories. Obviously about E3. We're going to have our thoughts. Obviously, E3's over. We'll go through some of the conferences, the lineups of what happened, and we'll just, I don't know, people will just go around and say their thoughts of what they think. I'll try and get through as quick as I can. We've also got our E3 bingo results. So the scores are in. So yeah, we'll obviously kick it off with the news,
Pretty good.
but
I think
If
it's
you
going to
wanna
be. It's going to be
Go on.
like a news. It's going to be like a news-heavy podcast, really.
yeah, it's just the
E3
aftermath
recap.
of it's just the aftermath of E3,
Yeah.
really.
Can't
Can't wait to hear all about it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of it. So I'm gonna.
Really
Great.
is a part-time player.
Yeah, his opinions going to be good.
Brad was out living life to the fullest.
Yeah. I was living life. Hey, look, if you want me, that's what you get.
Part-time.
Okay. Okay, let's kick it off with the news then. So news story number one, we'll kick it off with Xbox. Arguably, I'd say it's probably the strongest conference at E3 this year. Also, we
Yeah.
can go into our thoughts of that. But obviously, they opened it with Starfield. Obviously, the big questions around it was when it's coming. Are we going to see gameplay? Obviously, we just got a trailer, and also confirmed the other big question around it is whether or not it's going to be exclusive, and it is console exclusive to the Xbox. So, and we've obviously got a date, the 11th of November, 2022.
11 years to the day after Skyrim.
Nice.
Nice.
Good.
Good.
Skyrim got released on 11th of 11th, 2011. So yeah.
Okay. Brad's introduced his one trivia of the
Yeah.
episode. It's been used.
Yeah.
I'd
It's
rather
done.
have a new Elder Scrolls, but
Yeah.
You're getting that already, but no, I'm looking forward to this. I think this is going to be good.
It's
It's
gonna-
like I like sci-fi.
I like it. I like the look of it. It'd be good to see some gameplay for it. Obviously, that later on this year, most likely. I did think though maybe they would have, I don't know, just given even an update on the new Elder Scrolls, seeing as this year will be a 10th anniversary of it being released originally. But yeah, there was
Yeah.
nothing.
I suppose they don't want to overshadow this, do they?
Yeah.
Because if they'd just shown like a black screen with Elder
Yeah.
Scrolls written on it, I would have been more excited for that than this
Yeah.
game.
And they'd done that a couple of years ago, didn't they? Done that, the Rolling Mountains and then Elder Scrolls 6. So
Yeah.
yeah, if they've got nothing to say yet, ain't worth like logging it out and just getting people to.
It's not their style, whatever, is it, Bethesda? They don't like to. I know they obviously contradicting. They announced that so long ago, and we haven't seen nothing from it. But when they do a big blowout, it's normally like we're delivering it this year,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm a little bit surprised. One, that they're giving an exact date for Starfield when it's so far out. I don't know many games that get given a date that's so far out, which makes me think it's probably pretty much done. Like it probably could come out like early next year, and it's probably just allowing polishing time or whatever it is. Like Xbox is just giving them time to just make sure there's no bugs, because Bethesda games are quite known, well, from my experience anyway, when they first come out, they're quite buggy. So I guess giving them that, I don't know, 6 months of polishing, which they probably don't have the luxury of having when they were independent. it's probably good for them in the studio.
Yeah, no, and I'm glad they showed a little trailer and they announced the date, and that was really good.
Sure.
But again, I was like, it's going to be end of this year, beginning of next year. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then that's when people would have been gone like, right, I need to get my hands on an Xbox. You know, but yeah, it's something to look forward to. I'm just glad that we got to see a little bit of it. There's been so much. Everyone knows about like it's coming, but there's been literally hardly anything, has there? I think we had last year. I think we were near when we started doing the podcast. They had some pictures got leaked of like a ship and a satellite, and that was about it. So
were they leaked or they released? I thought they were actual official.
I mean, leaked. I don't know, but
I think it was on their. I think it's on their page. I think it's official.
Okay, but yeah. I do
You're
think
right.
Xbox had quite a good. Sorry, I was just plugging my iPad in. I do think Xbox had quite a good show, but yeah, happy with Starfield.
Yeah, what's the thoughts on it being exclusive? Obviously, there's big question marks in that. I believe all of us on this podcast obviously assumed that it was going to be, but there are still question marks whether it would be. Obviously, we're not surprised, I guess, but what's your thoughts on it?
I think it was going to be a given when they spent all that money, acquiring Bethesda as ZeniMax.
Yep.
So, yeah, they know how, this is how to get people to go out and then put buy an Xbox. Like Ash is now desperately hunting like a madman trying to get one.
Yeah.
And he can't. I think they're more available in America than they are
in
over
the
here.
States. Yeah. So if we've got any American listeners, if you want to send me one, I wouldn't say no.
Pay for it. Pay for the shipping. Send him one.
Shipping.
Yeah.
If you can send me some more money, because unfortunately we have to pay import duties as well.
Yeah.
So I don't have to go to the post office and be like, oh, I need to pick up my Xbox. Oh, I've got to pay 150 quid.
Oh, actually, to be honest, if there's anyone in America listening, send us one each.
That'd
be really, that'd be great. Thanks.
Cheers, mate.
Cool.
3 will do. I'm all right.
I mean, I like it being exclusive. I like exclusive games, to be honest. I said last week, I think games normally turn out better if it's exclusive to one console generally. So I like exclusive games.
Yeah, and it is only going to be on the series
console.
consoles as well. They're not having to worry about putting it on the Xbox One and.
Wow, they're actually doing what they should. What every
yeah,
console should be fucking
just
doing.
Going to be. But then when it comes out next year, again, Xbox Series X and S will be 2 years old. So kind of has to.
Yeah,
be.
that was quite interesting, wasn't it? I thought that they almost hid that is next gen only as well. There's not going to be an Xbox One, which obviously they said they wouldn't do for quite a while. But I guess November or I don't know, autumn, winter 2022, you would expect everything to be next gen, or that should be current gen by then, because like you said, it's 2 years since they've launched that. By that point, it should be current. So
we should be looking at PlayStation by then being just PS5.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's hoping.
And I'm sure it will be. What's your thoughts on, obviously now this is exclusive, obviously like you said, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, like the actual other big franchises that Bethesda has that already have a little bit of a legacy on PlayStation? Do you see them now being exclusive given as well? Is this like they're all going to be exclusive now?
I think that is it.
Exclusive to Xbox.
Are you a little bit gutted about that, Brad? I know you're a big Bethesda fan, and obviously I imagine your first platform is PlayStation. I know you do have Xbox and you're in that ecosystem as well, but does it bother you at all that it is now exclusive, or not really?
A little bit, I suppose, because I made that transition to PlayStation years ago. So yeah, I do buy all the first party games on PlayStation. I just play the exclusives on the Xbox. But like I said before, I'll most likely end up getting an X or an S at some point. So it's all right. Yeah, I'll probably be leaning more towards an S now, to be honest. So.
Sure.
You can get them.
Yeah.
Go pick up today, mate.
You can, yeah. So I'll get one of them eventually, and then I'm not too. Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah. Obviously, me being quite deep into the Sony ecosystem, and I've never owned an Xbox, so it's kind of like new thoughts for me to even ever consider getting an Xbox.
You're probably going to be sick when you open that box and there's an Xbox.
Just doing all the whole little vents, and then they can never get it out again.
Yeah. You're good trying to work out the the
controller.
UI on it is just gonna get a headache because it is.
I do, and I use it, and I don't understand how. I don't understand how to find half the shit on that thing. I downloaded the game, but I don't know where it is.
Yeah, so I've done. Yeah, like I downloaded something the other day, and I was like, right, Where is it?
Fuck.
Where is this showing like the progress of this download? I don't know. I can't find it.
How can they pay people to design these things that are so bad?
I don't
It's so
know.
frustrating. That's the basics that should happen. And they had an opportunity to upgrade it as well with the new Xbox, and they didn't even do that, did they?
No.
No,
They need
that
to go
was
back.
Unforgivable.
They need to go back to Xbox 360 Blades.
Blades.
Choo,
Yeah, because you
choo,
just
choo,
scroll
choo.
across. You're like, bang. Oh, look, downloads. There it is.
Yeah,
Bang.
Blades.
Music. There we go. Nobody
Big
uses
Blades.
it. Boom. Games.
Mm.
They don't.
Yeah. On that fault though of how do we
What
feel
is
about
it? It's like tiles, like Windows, right?
Yeah, kind of.
totally.
Mainly
Yeah.
everything's done so you press the middle button and then you'll have loads of options, and in those options you have sub options, and it just gets a bit. It's just not very
It's not-
easy
I
to
don't-
follow.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who has trouble with it.
Yeah, I don't use mine very often, obviously, but when I do try and use it, I'm like, I just don't know how to work this. And everyone
Sure. Is it because you don't use it that often?
Yeah,
and
I
you
think
need
it
that
is.
like
Yeah,
muscle
100%.
memory?
100% it is, because
If-
I know people who do use it and they don't have these problems. They just
Yeah.
know exactly where everything is. But
Yeah.
But I just think if you didn't use a PlayStation all the time, it's more accessible. Like it would be definitely be more accessible than the other way around. But
Sure. Okay. Cool.
we talking about Xbox, well, we've got a lot of games on there. Like nearly I think was it every game come to Game Pass? Like,
But two.
but two.
Yeah.
What two wasn't come to Game Pass?
Battlefield and Far Cry.
Ah, okay. Yeah, which makes sense because they're not, they're
Yeah, which was all about predictions,
Yeah.
wasn't it? The Battlefield one.
yeah.
But
Fucked me.
yeah, although it does the good, the thing about the Xbox conference was it just makes Game Pass seem so worth the money.
Appealing, yeah.
Even if
Yeah,
it's
yeah. I want to go into that once we go through into like our overall thoughts for the conference,
yeah.
because
Okay, cool.
my expectation or what I want going into like our conversations last week, or I wanted them to like hit Sony and what
Yeah.
I wanted. Obviously, I was disappointed because they didn't do what I want, but from what Xbox are trying to do, or Microsoft, whatever, with Game Pass, you could just tell this is what the conference is. They're not competing with Sony. They're not doing that. It's just, especially when they did the calendar at the end, it's like 2 games every month for like the next 18 months on Game
Yeah.
Pass. It's like, all right, yeah. Anyway, let's go on because there's a long list and we try and get through them. So Stalker 2 was also shown. It got quite a long trailer.
Mhm.
It's timed exclusive. It's coming out on the 28th of April 2022. Obviously, Game Pass also. Don't know if you guys ever played a Stalker game on Xbox or
no.
anything?
Is that coming to the console as well? Or is it just Game Pass PC? Is it or
console, Xbox.
is it console? as
Yeah,
well?
yeah. The footage
Okay.
they showed was on Series X.
Okay. Is it coming? Is that one that's coming to the Xbox One as well, or just the Series X?
I don't know. I think it is Xbox One also.
Yeah, because I'd give it a go if it was on. Yeah, obviously,
Yeah.
that's the good thing about Game Pass. You're like, I'll give it a go.
Sure, yeah.
I pay my subscription. I'll jump in and have a look.
Yeah,
So-
no, absolutely. No,
That's
I
the
agree.
only bad thing about if I got an S, because it'd be like, I'll give it a go. I'll download one game, then I'll have to delete that game and download another one. So,
Sure. It reminded me of Metro. I don't know if you played any of the Metro.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
games.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
it's kind of like, what's the difference between that and stuff? It's quite cool. I don't know if you're playing as like, what, a Russian or Ukraine or whatever it is,
it's-
but
I've not played. I think it's set around Chernobyl, isn't it, Stalker?
Yeah,
so
it's the-
set in Ukraine.
It's a really good game. The newest one, brilliant. That's on Game Pass. That's generally a really good game to get into. And you don't have to really play
the Metro
don't-
game, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to play the other ones. I think it's still on Game Pass. You don't have to play the other ones. Jump into it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I've heard that sometimes. I've read a review when it came out. It was better to have it in Russian and have subtitles because some of the
really?
voice acting on
Yeah, it's a
the
bit
English,
ropey, yeah.
the English voiceover is a bit wooden.
sure.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
it could be
yeah.
a bit, but yeah. So,
Yeah.
and I think it's more immersive if it's in Russian as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can imagine so. That'd be quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
mind the subtitles and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
I imagine that would add a real immersion to the thing if you had a headset on and stuff.
I
That's
played
cool.
the first one. I got to a point and it was too hard, and I just give up.
Yeah, this one is quite. It's one. I know we want to get through them, but this game it is it's one of them you've really got to check you've got enough ammo before you go into a
Yeah,
hole.
like
because you
proper
will get
survival
killed,
horror.
yeah.
So you both have
It's good.
played it. Like the first question said, is anyone played it?
No,
You said
I've
no.
only played the first.
No, I've only
played
played.
the first one.
I've only
like,
played the last one. I've not played all through the franchise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is there
yeah,
more
no,
than
yeah.
one?
sorry,
Because this is
talking-
two.
No, we're talking about Metro.
We're talking about Metro.
Stalker.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry,
oh, God,
sorry. Sorry.
All right, you lost
Yeah.
me. That was for good.
Yeah, no. So I think didn't the first Stalker come out? That's old. Like, the first Stalker come out on PC.
I've never heard of the
years
franchise
ago.
before, so
I've
yeah.
never heard of it. That's why. I was
Yeah.
shocked.
Anyway, let's move on because there's a list. Right, Back 4 Blood 2. No, not 2. Sorry, Back 4 Blood.
Yeah.
We saw a trailer, more gameplay, and it's going to be on Game Pass day 1, which is
That's
I think that's good for the game because
Very
people
good for
who
the
want
game.
to play that are going to be people who love Left 4 Dead and
yeah. I think
Maybe just
Reece
jump
and
in.
Brad need to buy an Xbox so we can play it on Game Pass and not have to buy it for PlayStation. So it's,
yeah. If I get an Xbox, I'll definitely give it a go.
yeah.
I feel like that type of game, like we'll go through obviously listing E3, the games announced at E3, but that co-op kind of 4 people getting like hordes of enemies, that seems to be like a genre that is really like loads of them. Like there's loads of them, which is like, why are we having so many of this type of game?
Yeah.
Like, can't you do something different? It's like
Yeah.
battle royales were the thing like 2 years ago, and now it's co-op shooters or whatever it is. Like
The
even like-
original Left 4 Dead though, they were fun. Yeah, they were.
they were like they're almost like they're originals of this stuff, isn't it? Contraband was announced by Avalanche Studios. Are you excited for that, Brad? I know you're a big fan of Mad Max.
Yeah,
Did it make that?
looked pretty good. The trailer was a bit.
It was just a concept trailer, wasn't it? There was
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
really shown. But once again, I think that's a co-op thing where you're shooting, so it's same stuff. But yeah, I think
need to
Just
make-
Cause and stuff.
They should have made Mad Max 2 because Mad Max the game, no one played it, and it was just one of the best games I've played. So
Yeah. I heard this on another podcast, and I probably think it is true. I reckon Avalanche probably signed up to like 2 games with Bethesda because they did Rage 2
yeah.
with them, and now they probably had this in the works, and then Xbox were like, "Oh, we quite like what you're doing. We'll just add it to. We'll call it Microsoft Studios, and we'll publish it, and we'll put it on Game Pass." So yeah, obviously we'll see more of that in a couple of years or whatever, or next year. Sea of Thieves. Sorry, go on.
Sea of Thieves, yeah.
Well, Sea of Thieves. Yeah, I've never played it. I know it's a big game on Game Pass. I know it come out. It was one of those games that come out was empty, and they've just been adding more stuff to it. So people really enjoy it now.
Yeah, well, what I was going to say was the DLC was announced for Pirates of the Caribbean tie-in. Captain Jack Sparrow was in it, which I was quite surprised to see. Obviously that was your prediction, Ash, on the bingo card that they would get more DLC for it. I was a little bit surprised because obviously Rare have also got their other game they're working on, which I believe has kind of restarted again. It's like I had a soft reboot I heard afterwards, and that's why it wasn't shown. Like they changed the director, they changed everything because they're just not happy with it. Everwild, I think. So yeah, it's kind of like a soft reboot for that. But do you play Sea of Thieves at all? Or
I haven't. I've been meaning to play it for ages now because I work with a bunch of boys and they love it and they play it all the time. They always ask me to jump in and I will do it. And you can get a cat in there now, so that's even more enticing me to play. Huh?
On your ship?
You can get a cat on your ship. Yeah, they're like little pets. So I'm game.
Try not to say the P word. Yeah.
It's meant to be really good. I do want to give it a go, and it's one of them.
Does the cat go to the toilet on the poop deck?
Oh, there he is.
Oh, fucking hell! Probably, Jesus.
Probably not. But no, yeah, it's meant to be. It's if you got a group of yours, it's meant to be pretty good. I will definitely give it a go, and maybe this is a bit more enticing now. It's getting a bit more, updates and stuff.
Yeah, I imagine it got a really well. I won't say imagine. I heard that it got a really like loads of players started playing it during the lockdown because it was like a good co-op game where it's obviously on Game Pass. You've got an Xbox. Let's all play together. Easy to play. Do you know what I mean? Like it probably got a real surge of players during that period of time. So yeah, it's good. It's getting new DLC for those who got into it. It's good.
100%.
Yeah, no,
cool. Battlefield 2044 was the next one that got shown. You've actually got some gameplay.
2042.
What did I say?
24.
It's 2024, right?
No, 2042. Set in the future. I know 2024 is the future, but it's 2042.
Google that while we're talking about it. Because I'm pretty sure.
I don't believe you.
All right. So we saw gameplay. I thought it looked really good. I think the gameplay looks better.
It's 42, I'm afraid.
It is 42.
Yeah, he's 42.
All right, fine.
Yeah, because I made that mistake when we first saw the trailer, and I was like,
I don't know why in my head I'm like, I swear it's 24 because we even spoke about it last week when we were talking about it. Okay, fine.
Futuristic dog. Yeah.
Oh boy.
It looks like he's in Russian.
Fair enough. But yeah, it's not on Game Pass. It's one of the games that was shown that's not going to be on Game Pass. Also, we spoke about what we think of the business decision behind this game. It's probably going to flop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but it does look fun. It looks really cool.
Maybe that's enough. You know what I mean?
Do you reckon? Is it
Maybe-
enough?
yeah, Maybe.
When he's competing
maybe.
against Call of Duty? I don't know.
I don't know about that, but I know there is die-hard fans of Battlefield. I know people who just play Battlefield won't play COD.
Yeah, they've already got a cemented fan base, haven't they? A franchise. They've always competed against COD, and they've always done all right.
Built their own, yeah.
It's nothing.
The last
nothing
Battlefield
different.
I played online was Battlefield 1, like the World War One shooter.
Yeah.
That's the last one I played.
That's quite good.
Me and Reese went in on that.
That's
Twos
very-
in, you know,
Very popular, that one.
Just kept getting beat. You know, it was the
Yeah. I can't play those games. They're not very good.
I was fucking shit at that as well.
Yeah,
I'd go.
I
It's
was really
terrible.
bad,
Yeah. The recoil, like, I don't know why I always get into like World War 1 or 2, like shooters, because the guns are always like really hard, and I'm not good at it anyway. I probably need all the assistance I
Yeah,
possibly
yeah.
need. And
You
it's
shoot
like,
and you've got like a
let's go
solid
into this
2 minutes.
Yeah. Let's go
one
into like
point,
these. Go
I
on.
think me and Reese got into a biplane, and then we just literally took off and then just crashed into like a mountain or something. Didn't kill no one, didn't get nothing. We just
I think you were driving me. I was in the
was,
back
yeah.
driving.
although we had one game where we got into a tank and we was just dominating everyone.
Yeah, so we did really well in the tank.
They couldn't
Having
they couldn't
steel
take
armor
us out
around
for
you
some
apparently helps.
reason. Yeah, just
I tried to play the new one of that, where it's still set in World War II, but I don't know if it's on update or whether it was, but I found it on Game Pass. And the game generally is really hard, like just playing the game.
what just
Like,
the campaign.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, this is mental. There's one, you go on there and you're like, you start off and you're like an airfield over there. I'm going to go run and grab one of those planes. Get in a plane. Those Nazis, mate, they're really good. They're really good in those planes. Those planes, they will shoot you down like that.
I've not played
yeah.
Battlefield 5, no, but I won't be buying Battlefield 6. It's
No,
just
I won't.
online, and I just can't justify spending £70 just online for a game I'm not going to play very much. So, no. If it ever does come on Game Pass, then maybe I'll give it a go. So,
Yeah, it might be on EA Play. Probably
Yeah.
will be on
Yeah.
EA Play
Yeah, that
eventually,
makes
which is
sense,
on
yeah.
Game Pass as well, right? So
yeah,
I imagine that's probably how the route it will get on there eventually. But yeah, I definitely think it's a massive. Well, it's going to struggle with a lot of games, especially with a game that we're going to talk about later on. So 12 minutes was also shown. It's been shown quite a few times. I think this game looks really, really good. It's like the aerial view. It's got a lot of big actors in it and stuff. Like William Dafoe and things like that. But it's coming out on August the 19th and 21 this year. Game Pass, published by Xbox. Really cool stuff.
Yeah.
We also saw Psychonauts 2 again. We actually got a date, 25th of August 2021. Obviously, we've got gameplay, which I think was obviously Brad's prediction. It was going to be there. Doom Eternal, Series X upgrade, 4K 60 frames, usual stuff. They went on to talk about Fallout 76, more DLC. Steel Range, and then the Pit, which is like an expedition, I believe.
The Pit was an original DLC for Fallout 3 as well.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah,
Okay.
you
cool.
go to-
Is that like an area that you can go to?
You
Yeah.
go from the capital wasteland, which is obviously Washington. You go to Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania. Is it, right? Yeah, so
Okay,
that
cool.
was it was original.
Okay, nice. Party Animals was shown. I don't know if you saw that. It was like a really weird trailer, but it looked like it's trying to copy Fall Guys. It's timed exclusive coming 2022.
That was weird. I just as soon
There's
as I saw
animals
it, I was
dancing, wasn't it? It was just
I
like,
was like, Fall Guys. Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to copy it clearly, but yeah, cool. Hades is coming to Game Pass, which I think is massive because that was I think that was Game of the Year last year, I believe.
Mhm.
13th of August 2021. It's also coming to PlayStation also, so I'll probably will pick that up because I have wanted to play it and I was going to play on my Switch. It's one of those games that's supposed to be really, really good. Somerville, which is a Game Pass game. We only just saw a trailer. I don't know much about that, but that's obviously Xbox. And then also they went on to Halo. Obviously we've got a single player trailer. I believe they brought back, was it Joseph Staten or whatever his name was, who apparently worked on the original. He was like the original writer of Halo. So he's been brought back onto the project after the disaster of what E3 was for Halo last year. So we saw a trailer. It just looks like Halo to me. It means not much to me, but I think the big takeaway from this was the multiplayer being free. You don't even need Game Pass. It looks really, really good. I don't know if you saw it, Brad, but it looks just basically like Destiny. It looks like Crucible without obviously their powers. It just looks like Halo gameplay, multiplayer, and it's free. Coming this year. Well, they said holiday 2021. Is it's a bit odd that they haven't given it exact date still.
Yeah.
You think that's a bit worrying?
I think it would definitely come out this year, but yeah, is it odd that they didn't give it? They didn't fix a date in, because it is their flagship game. Really, it's going to come out a year after the console come out. But I don't think we'll get it this year. Yeah, I think it will be there. Yeah, like you say, holiday. Maybe when Xboxes are more available as well.
I don't think that's got anything to do with it, but
no. But like if they release it, just before Christmas, and you can get the console.
Is it too early for them to do like a bundle, like a Halo edition or something like that? Maybe.
They'll probably maybe like bundle it in. So, yeah.
But the multiplayer is going to be bundled in already, right? Because it's free.
Oh yeah, but
if you've got Game Pass, then it's all kind of part of that ecosystem. I don't see how it's like here's the disc of Halo. It's like, Game Pass.
They might do like, Xbox One's back in stock. Here you go. Here's a 3-month Game Pass.
Okay,
get on it, something like that. So yeah, maybe like that.
Maybe, yeah. I don't see that, but I do think it's a little bit odd that it's holiday 2021, and I don't think they're that confident on the story just because they've split it. Obviously, the is coming out, and they like almost split it. So I think that might be like multiplayer comes out November, and then you've got to wait until next year, maybe to the story. I can see that happen. I can see them being launched separately.
And I'm only really interested in the story. And then, I've been playing through Halo 5 and the story on that ain't great. So I was kind of, when they released, I know everyone gave it a bit of flack last year for the trailer, but it reminded me more of Halo 1, like the driving Warthog round, and it was just kind of like, open. And that was getting me excited for it. I wanted to have a good, strong single-player story, yeah. So,
Sure.
Hopefully it'll be good. Yeah.
Have you got any thoughts on this? Are you a Halo fan?
I am a Halo fan. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. Much like what Brad said. It's harking back to when the story was more important than the multiplayer, and I think it just helps. I think if you've got a strong enough story, you're just gonna combat two different audiences. I mean, you're always going to get people who just want to play it for multiplayer. They're always going to be there, but if you've got a really good, strong story as well, and it gets out there, I've been playing this game, the story on it's really good, you're going to get people who are, a bit more casual gamers.
Don't get me wrong, I used to dip in, I used to buy and follow story, but like Halo 3, I put so many hours into online, and even Halo 4, I played a lot online. So, if it's, but for me, main priority is story.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I just wish it was coming out. I wish it, was ready to release with the Xbox.
Yeah.
Because I would have been tempted. I probably would have picked up an Xbox if that was the case.
Sure. Moving on, there's a long list of games that I'm going to skip because we probably ain't got nothing to say. But obviously, if you're interested, go watch it. But like Diablo 2, Far Cry was shown again. There was a lot of games all coming to Game Pass. So go check that out. Probably the next big announcement was Outer Worlds 2 was announced. Yeah. Very good trailer. I like that trailer. It's one of the best trailers.
Put that on my prediction as well, and then I didn't. And then
I was going to do it, and then I changed it to New Vegas, and it was like, are they going to do New Vegas? Are they going to do that? And then I thought, they're probably not going to announce New Lane because they're going to talk about their other game they're working on, Avowed or whatever it's called. And then they did Outer Worlds 2. So fair enough.
I've still got to finish one. Still got to go back to finish one. It's just
like go on, sorry.
I think it had like a 26 gigabyte patch the last time I went to play it, and I was like, I'll go for now.
Yeah. All these games, it almost making Xbox the home of like Western RPGs now, because with Bethesda and Obsidian and making these RPGs and stuff, it's like, okay, if you want a good Western RPG, Xbox is the place to play them. So obviously it's going to be console exclusive, probably next gen only. It's probably years away because they're still working on their Skyrim type game. Yeah, we're probably like 5-6 years away from this, but yeah, I never played the first one. I was going to jump into it, but then I was like, do I want to get into this franchise? And then I can't play the next one if I don't get an Xbox. So I stayed away from it. But cool. They showed a lot of Forza Horizon 5, which is not surprising because it's one of their flagship games. But it's coming the 9th of November, 2021. It looks stunning. Car games always look good, don't they, when they show like the next gen with ray tracing and stuff. And then they ended it with Arcane Studios. They're making another game. I don't know if there's multiple Arcane Studios because it's like, how are they making all these games? But obviously Xbox exclusive, and it's Redfall coming summer 2022, which looks like another Back for Blood type game,
Yeah.
but with vampires,
Yeah.
which I appreciate. I quite like vampires. I know we do the twinkly Twilight jokes, but I like vampires. I wouldn't mind playing as a vampire. It'll be cool.
Yeah. What about
The trailer look cool. Their art style is so cool, don't they? Arcane. I always like their art style. It's so like
just don't
even
their
like
games,
Deathloop.
I can't get into their games.
I can't get into their games, but I always watch their trailers and the art, and I'm like, it looks really cool. Like Deathloop looks so sick. Like it looks cool, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to play Deathloop. I don't know, but yeah, it looks cool. Go on.
What about Atomic Heart? That was announced in the Xbox One, wasn't it? Yeah, that game.
Yeah, sorry, that was one of the ones I skipped. Yeah, go on.
Development limbo for years. Again, that's set in the I think it's set in like 1950s, 60s USSR, isn't it? And it seems like AI.
Yeah, there's a little bit like Bioshock. Do you not think?
Yeah,
I got a
Bioshock,
massive Bioshock vibe when I saw that. Yeah,
it does look good. I think that could be that'd be a definitely be a game I'd try. I remember seeing that years ago, like gameplay, like that was game like alpha gameplay, play gameplay or something. But and it kind of people was like, this game ain't never coming out, but looks like it's like the last push. So that's gonna be again, that look quite good. Like you say, Bioshock vibes on it. Yeah,
it does massively. I would give it a go. I guess that's the joy of Game Pass that obviously we keep saying is just you can just try things, download it, it's there, give it a go. Even like games like I think that Replaced look quite good, like the side scrolling. I like the pixel art style. I always think that looks really like pretty and stuff. Like it wouldn't be a game I might not purchase for like full price, but if it was on Game Pass, I'll just give it a download because they're generally quite fun. And like with like Hades and stuff, it's obviously won so many awards last year when it came out on Switch. It's like if you've got Game Pass, just give it a go.
Yeah,
like, you might really enjoy it. So that was the Xbox conference. Did you obviously? Should we move on to Nintendo, or do you want us to talk about your thoughts on the Xbox before moving on?
Should we do the thoughts at the end?
We'll do all the thoughts at the end. Cool. We'll just do E3 thoughts at the end. Okay, cool.
Smash through these lists.
Yeah, we'll get through these lists. Okay, cool. Okay, so Nintendo. So the first couple of announcements were not, I don't know, massively exciting for me. They showed a new character for Smash Bros. I think this guy from Tekken been introduced, and they're doing Life is Strange Remaster Collection and True Colors are both coming to the Switch. True Colors is coming on the 10th of September, and later this year, Remaster Collection is coming. One I was a little bit surprised about, which obviously was announced at Square, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is coming to Switch also, that's good for those. Super Monkey Ball is 20 years, and there's like a remaster collection called Banana Mania, which is a great name for that game. October the 5th, that comes. Do you remember Monkey Ball?
Oh, I love it.
Brilliant. You love it? Yeah.
I've never played one. I've never played it.
No. You're in like one of those. Remember, like at the fairgrounds, you used to get those little balls that have a little toy in that'd be like half color, half transparent.
It's like putting a hamster in like a hamster ball, and you like run in, but it's like on ramps.
Yeah.
Not that I did that to a hamster. No animals were hurt during this experiment. I promise.
Collecting bananas, a lot of fun. Good memories.
Banana Mania. Yep. Crazy stuff. There's a new Mario Party coming October the 29th. Then they announced Metroid Dread, which is coming October the 8th, which I was so excited for. They did mention Prime 4. It's still in development. It wasn't shown. Which is a little bit of a shame because I would like to see Metroid Prime 4, but they're giving us a new Metroid game. It's like the first time in I think 19 years we've had a new Metroid game, so it's well overdue. So I can't wait to play that. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Is anybody else going to play it on their Switch at all? No.
I want a proper. I want the Metroid I remember, which is Prime.
The Prime.
Yeah.
You want like a roguelike type game? Okay, cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just Dance 2022, obviously shown. Of course, it's there. November the 4th, it's coming. They then showed some few games that are just being ported over, like Dragon Ball Kakarot and some other stuff, which we'll skip. They showed a little bit more of Mario Golf, Super Rush, Monster Hunter 2 Stories, new WarioWare trailer, which I thought that looked really weird, to be honest. It was like this party game where you're playing. I have no idea what was going on. I was a little bit confused, I ain't gonna lie. Then we've got a new Shin Megami 5. We got a
Yeah.
trailer like that, which I was like, is this Persona? Is this Atlas? And then they actually are made by Atlas because I could tell by the art style. I was kind of like, I was kind of proud of
It's
myself. I was
quite a
like,
big game as well. Like people do like.
I know
that
it's a big
game.
franchise,
Yeah,
but I didn't know what
yeah.
it was. And I was like,
Yeah.
I swear this is like Persona, like the same art style. And then I realized it is being made by Atlas, same people. So not surprised, but I've never played one, but I'm sure people are very pleased about that. There was a few other like collection and ports, like Advance Wars and other big old franchises, and Horror Warriors DLC got announced, the first wave. I believe it's coming later this month. I ain't got the exact date, I didn't write that down. Then it went on to obviously the big drop at the end, which was showing the Breath of the Wild sequel. We saw new footage of him jumping from the
The
sky.
gameplay
It looks
as
really
well.
cool. And obviously he's hoping for it to be released in 2022.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, they hope for it to be. It's
Yeah,
going
hope for
well,
it.
and they hope for it to be in 2022. So
Yeah.
yeah, is
Thoughts?
it going to be
Yeah.
around the? I think the other one got released in March when the Switch came out. So is it going to be a March time release, 5 years after the other one? Potentially.
The 11th of November 2022, the day Starfield goes out.
Yeah. But the gameplay looked good. Yeah, there's like a bit where you can like use a water, some sort of whirlpool, travel through like a wall or something. So that looked pretty.
Yeah.
That looked
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Tell you what though, it did give me a bit of anxiety, that trailer, because I've just got to try and remember everything that I forgot from the first one. You know, like when you're using all different powers, like the chain power and all that, and to freeze time, I'm like, fuck, I remember stressing out over this shit so much when I was playing the first one.
Yeah.
Like trying to get through bosses and that.
I've still
But
not
yeah.
finished it, so
I've not finished it either.
yeah.
Oh mate, nobody's finished it. I finished it twice.
It's,
Wow. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I honestly, I have to be honest, I got bored. That's why I gave up.
No,
I really enjoyed it.
I didn't. Talk to
I think it's
anybody that
good. There's a lot of
Christmas.
really good, like as a sandbox and physics, which
Mm.
people like about it. It's groundbreaking. It's amazing. It's on the Switch. And it's getting this kind of power from a weaker console, but the story was not very good. I don't think it was a little bit boring. And then, although you got this open world that's pretty, it's basically empty. Like,
it's empty.
It,
Yeah,
like,
the
if
enemy
this was on
types,
PlayStation 4 or 5 and it wasn't Zelda, it wouldn't have reviewed very well, I don't think. Like it's, I don't know, because it is Zelda, and I know controversial, I'm not saying it's bad. I do like it, but it's just, I don't know,
and we all know
overrated.
Zelda's more iconic than Sonic, so that's
Yeah, exactly that.
so
Yeah, that
so
is
that's
that's
something
just-
we do know.
It's just
yeah,
not
no,
true, is it? It's just not
um,
true.
I did
Much
really
as you
enjoy
hope it to be.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the new one. I am looking forward
Yeah.
to it. But yeah, it brings
And-
a lot of stress to it, and that ruined Christmas for me, or ruined Christmas for everyone else. I was
Ruined
half the time
Christmas.
because I didn't talk to anyone. I was just on. I went to.
You're like
went to
24 and it ruined
yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, no, 27 when that came out, and now I'm just like, I'm just on my Switch, not talking to anyone. So are you having a nice time? Yeah,
yeah.
great.
Just leave me alone. Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm trying to save the Hyrule. Come
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Priorities.
She needs me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
no.
It's
obviously, I will buy it when it comes out because it's Zelda, and I'm hoping
Yeah.
it will be a pro. I'm hoping
I
that's
was
why
gonna
they're not
say,
giving a date.
We all thought Pro would get announced. Like that was a given. But then nothing. So they're most likely announce it, and then Zelda will be a launch title for the Pro. So
Sure.
yeah, as long as they don't say you have to.
They can't be-
Nintendo go the other way. Like everyone
Sure.
else is making the games available for that last gen, and then Nintendo's just going to be like, no, you want to play this new one, you got to get a Pro. They're just gonna
Oh yeah, Nintendo don't care. Yeah, they'll
Yeah,
go
they just-
straight for it. Yeah, it'll be exclusive to the Pro. Yeah, unbelievable. But
Yeah.
yeah. I wonder if it's like, E3 is probably not the right platform to release like new hardware or show new hardware. We'll just do a separate
Yeah.
like conference for that later date because there can't be this much smoke. It must be real. The Pro must be coming. It must be pretty close. Maybe there's manufacturing problems because we hear problems with like Sony and Microsoft with chips and stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe the Pro's also having that same problem, or maybe it's the OLED screens. We don't know what it is, but maybe
It's
it's
also-
slightly delayed.
I've heard that
But-
as well. That there's stuff that's in shortage. Like it's even got started to affect some routers, like some broadband routers, like because they have some of the same
Resistors. I
stuff.
know
Yeah,
resistors
you
is a
just
worldwide
can't.
problem at the moment.
Yeah, it seems to be a problem.
Yeah,
everywhere.
the aftermath of locking down the world, I guess, for
Yeah.
so many months. So people still want their products and stuff. It's just not going to happen. So, yeah. It's like a little wave. But let's go on to Square, which was the last of the big kind of conferences that we haven't spoke about. And then also we just talk about E3 in general and stuff. And we'll go on to our bingo results. So the first one that was shown was Eidos Montreal's Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Yeah.
Single player. We saw some gameplay. We saw some trailers. I'm quite surprised it's coming out this year, 26th of October, 2021. You guys see the trailers? Thoughts on the game and stuff?
Yeah, I didn't know. Like, is it? I think is it completely separate? Not really set anywhere. It's not like the movie Guardians, is it? It's kind of more.
No, it's Marvel's. Like all the Square stuff and all that stuff is never tied to MCU. It's always tied to the comic books, and they always talk about, oh, we're inspired by the comics and stuff like that. Same with like Avengers. Crystal Dynamics always talks about the comics rather than MCU, and that's where the problem, I think, with the comparisons. Everybody's like, oh, but he doesn't look like Chris Hemsworth. Like Thor looks different. Do you know what I mean? Or he doesn't look like Robbie Downey Jr. It's like, well, no, it's Tony Stark. It's not Robbie Downey Jr. So, yeah, it's the same here. It's like it doesn't look like Chris Pratt. What's going on? Like Star-Lord. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think it looks quite good.
It looked quite fun. Yeah, whether or not I'll pick it up day one, I'm not sure.
I think if they pull it off, it's going to be clever, because I mean, that many characters, you'll be controlling, potentially controlling, commanding most of them at the same time. It's not an easy feat, is it? So if they can do it and do it well,
it was like a similar system to, like, I don't know, I guess like your Mass Effect or Dragon Age, or I don't know, it looks like a soft RPG where you've probably gonna have like a command thing where it's like they've got different abilities and it kind of slows down time. You do what they're doing, and you're obviously playing a Star-Lord only. And then I think the part that I wasn't expecting, which probably once again might be inspired by Mass Effect, was the dialogue choices and the consequences. Like you can put like the moment where you can either put Groot in the box or Rocket Raccoon. So and I want to see how it actually works with the story. Does it actually completely change like the outcome, or is there actual like a butterfly effect, or is it just, I don't know, same thing happens? You just feel like you're making the choice.
You have choices, but at the end of the day, there's nothing.
There's no consequences. Exactly. Yeah. Cool. Final Fantasy Pixel Remastered got shown, which is oddly just on PC and mobile. Like, why is that not on PlayStation, Xbox, or Switch? Like the places where people would want to play it. So odd. We'll just put it on iOS and PC. Fine. All right. Fine, Square. They then showed Avengers. We saw Cosmic Cube, which is going to be the conclusion to basically the year one stuff, which is coming out, I believe, the 22nd of June. So this Thursday, as this podcast is released. And then we also saw, obviously, Black Panther, War of Wakanda, which is coming August 2021, which I'm a little bit surprised how soon it's coming. I was expecting to be a lot later. And I don't kind of trust Crystal Dynamics anymore with their roadmap or their dates, because, we're supposed to get the first DLCs 1 month of the other, and it took them 3 months each time. So, I'm still playing the game. It's a good game. We just need more content. So
no Black Panther DLC was there, like, shown or anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm just talking about.
Oh, was that? Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Well, Wakanda.
Stuff, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, sorry, I wasn't.
The next thing that was shown was Babylon's Fall, which has been in development for a long time. Platinum Games, which I adore. I think we're one of the best developers in the world, especially after playing Nier and Automata and stuff. It's coming to PS5, PS4, and PC, so it's console exclusive to PlayStation. We saw a trailer gameplay. There's a co-op hack and slash. And they kind of mentioned live service as well, which I'm a little bit surprised by. Because they make single player, really good story driven, and known for obviously their really good combat. So I will give it a go. I've got a closed beta that you can sign up for at the moment, and I did sign up during the conference. So hopefully I do. I am a part of it. It does start July, I believe, is when the servers start with the beta. So it must be pretty close if they're letting people play it from next month. But they didn't put any date. They didn't say 2021, 2022. No date involved. So maybe it's going to be, I don't know, strange. Yeah. And then the last two that I was showing was obviously more Life is Strange, True Colors. We saw a new trailer. We already know the dates, etc. And then we saw the last but not least, we saw the Team Ninja game, the Final Fantasy Origin Stranger of Paradise, which is just a terrible name, which is supposed to be, like I mentioned before, the Dark Souls type Neo, same team that made Neo and stuff. Gameplay and trade and stuff. They have got a demo out at the moment. I did download it. I turned it off immediately because it was really, really bad. And in fact, they had to relaunch the demo because they released it and it was so buggy. It was actually corrupt. Like you couldn't launch it. It just said this data is corrupt. Jesus. And they had to like delete it and you had to re-download like the next day. And then when I did download it, it was just, it was really bad. That's my thoughts on that. But I take it nothing at Square spoke to any of you guys at all?
No, not really. Like I say, the Guardians of the Galaxy game looked quite good, but nothing jumped out. It's kind of. I didn't have great expectations for Square though, because
but you're not the biggest Japanese.
Stuff. Exactly, yeah. So I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea. So yeah.
It would never used to be mine either, but in the last couple of years, I tried to like broaden. Like I always wanted to play like the JRPGs, like the classic games, like the Final Fantasies and obviously like Nier and stuff. And I've gotten into them. They're obviously very different storytelling to like Western games, but I really like them. I think they're really good. I will jump into Tales of Arise, which I believe comes out September because I've never played a Tales game before. That's another really, really big franchise. And I think the new one looks really, really good. If you see the trailers of it, it looks very Final Fantasy, but good. Cool. Well, that was all. Well, most of what was shown at E3. Obviously, we spoke about Ubisoft last week, so we won't go back through that again. But what's your thoughts on what was shown this year?
Just a quick one. I didn't see it because we obviously had Take Two. Was that literally what did they show? Did they show nothing? Like, was it just?
Take Two was a panel for Back 4 Blood. They didn't show anything, so there wasn't anything. No.
Okay. Well, that was disappointing. Because we.
And WB Games thing wasn't nothing either. I think that was. Oh no, WB Games was the Back 4 Blood because they're publishing that. The Take Two one was. I can't remember what it was, but it was also. It was just like showing one game. It was like a panel thing. So there wasn't a conference. So all those predictions that we did for those two conferences, there wasn't a conference. So the only conferences that were shown were these lot that were spoken about. Obviously, the PC gaming one, and there was a few others with like a lot of indie games. But we won't go into that because there's no point. We have no opinions on them. But go on, Brad. You started. What's your thoughts on this year's E3 from your perspective as a viewer, and then how do you think from like their perspective, like how Xbox and Nintendo, how do you think they did?
So I was quite excited to watch the Xbox One. Like I said, there's a few. All the games getting announced with Game Pass, it just kind of makes it look even more appealing there, like Back 4 Blood, Atomic Heart, like I said earlier on, Starfield. So I think that was the biggest. That was the best one of the conference. I think Nintendo saved itself a little bit with the new Metroid game, Metroid Dread, and Zelda Breath of the Wild 2.
Yep.
But yeah, I thought it was good. The problem is you're always going to have your expectations are always going to be higher than what actually gets delivered. So like, I was going, and it was kind of a joke, like Ubisoft. I was going, new Splinter Cell Tom Clancy game, and Splinter Cell game. We're going to get BioShock 4. There's going to be more info on BioShock 4. But none of that happened. But yeah, I think you just look forward to it too much. So you build it up for too much, and you just get disappointed. But to be fair, I thought the Xbox One was the best one there. I agree. Excited. It's actually made me definitely want to get a next gen Xbox more now.
Sure.
I put a poll up on Twitter, on Instagram as well, and said that did this make people think that invest in an Xbox, and we got 100% yes. So
sure, yeah.
People seem to
from their perspective, that's exactly what they want, right? So cool, nice.
Overall, pretty good, pretty good.
Same question for you, Ash. Your thoughts, and then also how do you think they did?
I'm definitely one of those people who build up their expectations because, I'd say I was more disappointed with this one more than anything. I say, like you both said, Xbox was the best of the bunch. Don't think it's saying much, so in my opinion, there weren't nothing like blowing me away. there was nothing that I heard, because I heard rumours of what was on there, but nothing. I was like, oh, I've got to rush to YouTube to watch it. I knew Breath of the Wild was just going to be.
Is that another thing that ruins it? Like rumors. What was it that also ruined it? Was it WandaVision? Like there was so many leaks and rumors of what the end thing was going to be, and it was great. Like we still all liked it, but it was leaning like, oh, I'm slightly disappointed based on this lie that shouldn't make any. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So once again, go on.
Yeah, so like Will said, we all built up our expectations, thought it's going to be some really, because we've had such a shit year, maybe something like this would really,
I bet this is getting emotional.
Yeah, I know, yeah, exactly.
I was waiting for this.
But yeah, it just turned out to be just not great. Not great at all. And then games were released like Metroid and that. I'm like, oh, wicked. And it's like, it's not. I get it, side scroller, but it's not what I wanted. So, in my personal opinion,
sure,
I was disappointed with it all. But yeah, like you say, some of the things like Atomic Heart, looking forward to that. But that's pretty much it, really. But
how do you feel that they feel like they did? How do you think they did well?
Feel like they've done all right. I think another thing where it's not live, it's hard, isn't it? You get a lot more hyped up. Where it's just online, it's one thing after the other, with a little bit of breakup of them going, oh, well, we've made this game, we use this, and it kind of like that. But when it's like on stage and everybody's losing their mind and they're like, they give little hints to stuff, it's bigger and it's just better. But
you think it's missing the live audience, like the atmosphere of being there. Yeah,
you kind of think, 100%. Maybe if it was live and it's going to get reaction live, that they would bring out the stops.
Sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I mean, if it's live, it ain't going to change what games are coming out. But yeah, I think I've just always enjoyed E3 more when you can watch like everything happening. You get like a celebrity coming out who's in the game, and it's just a bit more exciting.
Yeah, that cyberpunk moment. Yeah.
Exactly that. Yeah, they could have done that with.
Which is surprising that wasn't there. Like, not showing the next gen, not showing the DLC. I'm a little bit surprised.
I think they just want to make sure it's all like proper polished to the max before they even attempt to talk about it.
Sure.
Like, it's just going to be absolutely perfect, and they go, by the way, this game's out again this time.
Yeah.
Guess what? After a year after it come out, it's playable now.
Yeah. Turns out we should have just give it another year. Who knew?
It's back on the PS4 store now, isn't it?
Not yet. 21st.
Oh, okay. You got a date then.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts on it.
Cool. Brad, more? You got any thoughts? Obviously, you never watched any of it. You've been quiet this whole time.
Yeah, no, I watched the summary of it afterwards. I didn't watch any of it. I thought it was going to be shit for me based on last week, going through the predictions and stuff. Like, nothing was in it for me. And I used to love E3. I used to the extent of booking time off work to watch it and stuff. Like, it's not like I've never been into it, but just, I don't know if
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm just miserable and old now, but just the type of games that I play, the type of things I get excited for. There's nothing on the list of rumors that were going to come. So I knew it was going to be not for me. And everything's just a letdown in this year and last year. I just thought there could be this, there could be that, but of course there fucking wasn't. So sure. Kind of glad I didn't bother. But obviously it was good for some people. If you're an Xbox fan, I can see you taking a lot away from that. I'm not an Xbox fan. The only things that would have perked my interest, which I did go back and watch the trailers for, were I thought Halo looked really good, and I would actually really like to play Halo. I think I'd get really into it. And Forza looked brilliant. It looks amazing, and I love a good driving game. And
you do, yeah.
Gran Turismo, obviously, no word on that yet, and obviously they weren't going to be at E3, so another reason why. Just that would have been one that I'd be looking out for, but that was never going to happen.
Yeah,
but Forza looked great. And I didn't like the last Gran Turismo, so I would have considered jumping. So if there are a few more Xbox titles that jumped out to me, I would consider jumping over.
Yeah, I was going to say, so for someone like you who doesn't have an Xbox, never really had an Xbox, would you pick up like a cheap Series S and get Game Pass? Or you'd see that as a good investment, like worth your?
I think there'd have to be a couple more to tickle my interest, because I am quite particular nowadays. I don't play anything and everything. I just, if something really jumps out at me, I'm like, fine. And there's a couple that are starting to perk my interest. So I'm getting there. Maybe if there's a couple more games that then it
Yeah,
might
so
justify
like
the.
Halo and
Yeah,
Forza, they're tipping you that way, like to say, oh yeah, maybe this is
For sure,
worth the
It's one of those things where then, if you're
consider
considering to get an S, it's then, should I just get an X? Because I actually do want the ray tracing. I do want the 4K. I do want that with the 60 frames. I don't really want to be playing on, I don't know, 60 frames
Actually.
on 2K or is it 1080p, I believe, in some of them. So, yeah, it's like, no.
Who knows? Minecraft 2 exclusive Xbox. There you go. Sold.
Well,
Is that what gets you?
With ray tracing.
That,
Yeah.
That will get
There are mods with ray tracing on Minecraft.
and
It
they
looks
look
sick.
amazing. Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. That'd be the tipping point. But
Yeah. What about you, Reece? You thinking more about you'd invest in a Xbox?
I am. Starfield's kind of got me thinking, do I want an Xbox? But there's a long time, and obviously they're not available at the moment anyway. So probably at some point next year, I might think about getting one. And then obviously I've got that back library once I'm in Game Pass. Obviously, I've never played any of the Halo games. I can go through all those if I need to. Obviously, all the Bethesda stuff is on there that I've missed over the years. But I'm not as big as a Bethesda fan as, like, for example, like you. Like, I always like play them and always jump out. Like Skyrim is the only game that's grabbed me. Like, I've never played in the other Elder Scrolls because I believe they were actually Xbox exclusive. And I don't think you could get them on PlayStation. So I almost never got into Elder Scrolls. And then whenever I played a Fallout, I've tried
Eventually
3 and
you
4.
could get Oblivion on there. It was. I don't think.
Was it originally though? Was it originally?
I don't think it was, but I definitely remember I have an Oblivion because I've got all the DLC for it.
There was one that was Xbox exclusive, right?
Morrowind.
Okay.
I think it might be. I think Morrowind was PC and then original Xbox. And Oblivion was out on. I remember we had it on 360 because we played 360. But I think that was it.
I love that.
Did it come out later on PlayStation though? I feel like it launched a bit like a.
Yeah, with that gen, there was kind of like BioShock and Mass Effect, and all those games was originally on Xbox, and then they got us because I was thinking about this the other day. Mass Effect, when they bought Mass Effect out on the PS3, it didn't even get a physical release. It only got a digital release when number 2 was coming out. So it's I think Morrowind was original Xbox.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so because I've got that in my mind as well, that I'm not the biggest Bethesda fan. It's like, if this was like, I don't know, a really big franchise, I don't know, I might be a little bit like, I've got to jump in. But yeah, I imagine there's a lot of people that will jump over. And it then makes me think, are these things for like players? Are they actually a good thing when like Microsoft and that are buying these studios and stuff? Because it's like, it's not like when like WB was up for sale at one point and Microsoft tried getting those. If like the Batman games, like Arkham games, were exclusive on Xbox, that would really bother me because I really like those games and I want to play them on my PlayStation. That would actually like affect me. So it's like, I imagine there's a lot of people that are big PlayStation fans that want to play the next Elder Scrolls, Fallout. Like, it's a massive franchise and they now have to buy an Xbox. So
see, I work with someone who's a big Xbox fan and he really wants to play the Spider-Man games and he seems
that's another one. Massive.
Refuse to buy a PlayStation and just go with that. I'm not like that. I like gaming. I don't care if it's on an Xbox or a PlayStation. I just want the story and I just want to get immersed in the story of the game. So doesn't bother me in the slightest. If I could, I work hard for my money. Okay, so eventually I'll get both. And
bloody good for you.
Yeah. I'll just play whatever I want. When it comes to, if I go into a shop and there's like, I've been in the shop before with the older consoles, and it was like PlayStation was 50 quid and Xbox was 45 quid, and I was like, well, I'll just buy on that. I don't care. Save yourself forever. So,
that's cheap.
Yeah, right.
When was this?
This is PS2 games.
This was Resident Evil, but I
thought you meant the console.
No, Resident Evil 3. It was the game. Yeah, the game.
Guy in the back of a van. You've got this one, 50 quid. 50 quid. That says Fox Box. No.
That's what you want. That's the best one.
Series Z. I've already kind of got both consoles because I'm looking at my Xbox now and it's just dusty and not been turned on. But it's that's one of the reasons why I didn't go and get the Series S because I just looked at that. I looked at it there and I was like, I don't play that. now.
Yeah. It's always that thing when if you've already jumped into that ecosystem, it doesn't seem that daunting. It's a bit like used to, like obviously Ash and Brad. But for me, it's kind of like, oh, do I really want to get a new system, learn it, a whole new ecosystem? It's like, it's a bit like when you're used to like iOS. Like I would never think about getting an Android phone because it's just like a whole nother realm. Like it doesn't matter what they have over there. The next Pixel phone could be amazing. I am never leaving Apple and iPhones because it's just the ecosystem, and I'm so in with PlayStation and that ecosystem, and it's like first place for me. So yeah. For that reasons, I just probably won't go over unless there's a real massive game that I want to play over there. But yeah, going back to what I think they did. I think Microsoft, I think they delivered exactly what they wanted to, which then reminded me of their almost like their business model, or that they're not competing with PlayStation, a bit like what I said earlier. And it's all about Game Pass. They see themselves as a service, and they're moving away from competing with Sony. It's all about Game Pass, because every game shown there, whether you like it or not, is probably a game for everybody. Like everybody's taste. There was at least 1 or 2 games that spoke to probably anybody that was watching that. And for a subscription service, a bit like the Netflix model, that's what you want. It's like TV shows go with Netflix all the time, and do you watch them all? No, but there's a show every now and again that you enjoy, which keeps you subscribed, and that's all they want is to keep people subscribed. It's like, oh, should I subscribe the following month? Oh, but there's this game, I'm not sure, I might give it a go, so I'll keep my subscription. And then, do you know what I mean? They don't want people to just be like, oh, Halo's coming out in November, I'm going to subscribe for that month, play it, get rid of my subscription. Oh, Starfield's coming out the following November. Do you know what I mean? There will be people like that, but they want you to be all 12 months, getting your 10, 15 pounds, wherever it is, I don't know, subscription service.
You get people as well, like they just kind of get stuck in it, like me. Sometimes I don't watch Netflix for ages because there's nothing I want to watch, but I'm like, oh, I don't care, I'll keep the subscription because it's just good to have it.
Sure.
And I was like that at one point, I think for like 6 months I was paying separately for Game Pass and Xbox Live Gold. And then I knew Xbox Ultimate was there, which had both. And then it just took me so long, I think it's because I'm lazy probably, just to like switch it and then, pay less for the same amount. But
sure.
I think we've discovered I'm just lazy. I'm like, so.
Absolutely. So do you see E3, is E3 dying still? Like, I know we had spoke about this a few months ago where we didn't feel there was going to be an E3 now. We said the market's changed, everybody's doing their own thing, and they decided to come back together for this digital thing this year. Do you see like E3 2022 it improving, it's slowly dwindling? Because none of us here are that excited. And I think the business model that each kind of publisher's got these days, where they kind of got their, I don't know, it's almost like quarterly thing, like this is our spring thing, this is our autumn. Do you know what I mean? So, and it's not like they save it all for this 1 week. They're kind of drip feeding us throughout the year, which then stops that big excitement blowout.
I think maybe if it's live, they'll do another one. But like we say, we spoke about some last week. We've done the 3 big ones this week. Some of them they just want there. I saw I got a notification that Capcom was doing theirs, and it was like it was pointless. They were talking about games like that. They were talking about Resident Evil Village. Yeah,
DLC, right? It's getting DLC.
I don't know if it was DLC because I didn't watch.
I heard it's getting DLC.
It was just pointless. Like, and people, I looked at the comments and people were saying like, E3 have just kind of said, come and do a conference, and we've got nothing, but we'll talk about the games that are there. So that was.
I want to know what Konami was doing, because they pulled out because they said their games were ready, but what were they showing?
Yeah,
they don't make games.
No, like.
Oh yeah, do you remember Metal Gear back in PlayStation 1?
Do you remember, what we've got a Pachinko machine, so that's going to be in a casino near you.
What was it? What was it? E3 with Death Stranding, where they were doing the whole.
Yeah. I saw a lot of aftermath. I know we spoke about it a little bit, but apparently the music that they played in that trailer, because I don't play Metal Gear, I don't really know that. Apparently that is actually licensed Metal Gear music. And obviously I knew the link with the box and the oranges was all Metal Gear, but that's too much on the nose. Konami must have given them permission, because that's a lawsuit, because they actually used the Kojima actually using the licensed music, the oranges, the boxes. Yeah. Maybe there is going to be a new Metal Gear game. Maybe Sony or whoever's made this deal with them, maybe this is it, and Kojima's involved.
Yeah.
About it. It'd be surprising.
I want PlayStation to do a like a direct kind of state of play, whatever. I want them to do one now. Another one to.
You've only if they've got things to show. I don't want one for them.
Like an
nothing,
update on God of War, maybe like a gameplay trailer or stuff like that.
Any trailer, we haven't seen anything, mate. It's just a logo.
Anything.
Yeah, I would like to see the next God of War. I'm sure there'll be. Well, we're eventually going to get it probably later this year. What was you going to say, Brad, earlier about Resident Evil DLC? You said it has been announced.
So I don't know any details about it. No, I just saw a news article saying that they've announced that DLC is in the making. Yeah, I don't know any more than that, to be honest. But it's happening and it's coming, which is obvious. I guess it's obvious. They always do, but yeah, hopefully it's quite.
There was a DLC. I don't play Resident Evil games.
Well, Biohazard did, but it was more like little add-ons. It wasn't the DLC in Biohazard wasn't great.
Wasn't it? Okay.
No.
Cool.
Like gimmicky stuff rather than.
Fair enough. Okay, so we'll go on to our bingo results. We've scored them. We'll go from loser to winner. So last place was me. I got 6 right. So I'll just list out like our predictions and whether or not you got a point for and whatever. So I'll start from the top. So Microsoft, I predicted Battlefield 6 will be on Game Pass. Obviously, no points. I said there'll be a new Forza released 2021. I got a point for that. I said there'll be a new Bioshock. Obviously, didn't happen. I said Starfield gameplay and early 2022, which obviously not true. It didn't happen. I said there'll be New Vegas 2, which obviously didn't happen. Ubisoft, I said Prince of Persia will be there. He wasn't. I said Sam Fisher will be shown. No new Splinter Cell game, which did happen. I got a point for that. Division Heartland, obviously wasn't shown. No points. Rainbow Six Quarantine, which is now changed to Extraction, but we know what I mean. I got a point for that. It's a gameplay and a date, which we got. And Beyond Good and Evil, no points. Nintendo, Switch Pro, no points. Metroid trailer, no date. I got no points for that because I was talking about Prime. I said there'll be a new 3D Mario. Obviously, it didn't happen. And I said Breath of the Wild gameplay, and it'll be early 2022. No points. Square, I said there'll be Final Fantasy 16 gameplay, no points. Forspoken gameplay, no points. Dragon Quest, didn't happen, no points. And I gave myself half a point because I said Black Panther will be shown and dated November 2021. Obviously, Black Panther was shown, but it wasn't November. It's actually sooner, it's August. So I gave myself half a point. Final Fantasy Souls-like will be announced, which did, but I said it'll be PlayStation exclusive, which is not PlayStation exclusive, but it did get shown. So once again, half a point. And then the rest, because we thought WB and 2K were doing the thing. Obviously, I got none of them right because Injustice 3 weren't there. Gotham Knights weren't shown. A new Rockstar game wasn't shown. I did get a point. I said there'll be nothing from Hogwarts. I got a point for. And I said there'll be a new Borderlands, which I got a point for, which is called Wonderlands. But I think we all put that. We all got a point for it. But then there was a tie. So second and third place is a tie.
Oh. So you could say it's joint second and Reece coming third.
Yeah. Whatever. I came last. We'll go with Ash because he's next on the list. So 6.5 points. So the first one was Microsoft. So Fallout New Vegas wasn't shown. He said Halo gameplay. He got a point for that. Sea of Thieves DLC, got a point for that. Fable will be shown. No points for that. Grounded official release date, no points for that. Ubisoft, you said Splinter Cell will be shown, no points for that. Division Heartland, no points for that. You said Rainbow Six Quarantine, new name and trailer, you got a point for that. Beyond Good and Evil, no points. And you said Far Cry 6 will have a new trailer, you got a point for that. Then Zelda Breath of the Wild trailer and late 2022, you got half a point because we don't know the date, exact date, but you said late. Metro Prime 4, first look, no points. Switch Pro, no points. Bayonetta 3, release date 2022, no points. Square, you said Babylon Fall demo announced. It's a closed beta, but I gave you the point for that. Avengers, Wakanda DLC, you got a point for that. Final Fantasy 16 footage, no points. Outriders DLC, told you, no points. Forspoken, no points. Assassin's Creed new game announced, no points. Elder Scrolls trailer, no points. Sims 5, no points. Star Wars game, no points. Spyro game announced, no points.
Funny enough, that one.
that's good. Breadmore 6.5 also. Microsoft Minecraft.
Hold on, I've just got to answer this. Hold on, I won't be a second. Hold on.
No worries. Minecraft
Cool.
DLC 2022, no points. Fable, no points. Halo 2022 release date, no points. Indiana Jones trailer, no points. You said no Fallout. You got a point for that.
Yeah.
Ubisoft.
This shows our expectations, and the ones we're getting points on is they won't show it.
yeah. Exactly. That's what you should have gone for more.
Yeah.
That was the secret. Just say they won't show this, they won't show that. You would have got it. Star Wars teaser, no points. Division DLC, no points. No Watch Dogs, a point. Riders Republic 2021 and trailer, you got a point. And you said a new Just Dance, you got a point for that.
One of those was a given. One of those, I'm pretty sure you gave me a nudge for. So
Yeah.
Cheers, Rick.
No, it's those, mate. Should have gone for it myself, shouldn't I? Just left it.
Maybe.
Yeah. New Mario 2D, no point. Zelda Breath of the Wild trailer, spring 2022. Once again, I gave you half a point. Switch Pro, no points. Donkey Kong, no points. Square Enix, you only had 3 down here for some reason because they were like the boxes that you had them in. It was had them in like the wrong publisher, so I put everything in the other for the rest.
Right.
So Final Fantasy 16, no points. Outriders DLC, no points. You said Avengers Spider-Man will be shown, no points. New Borderlands, you got a point for. You said Red Dead DLC, no points. You said there'd be a new horror game, no points. GTA 5 trailer, no points. Max Payne remaster, no points. Hogwarts gameplay, no points. Elden Ring, you got 1 point for that because I was showing that. Summer Game Fest. Then the winner with an amazing 7.5 was Bradley Seeley.
Your boy.
With signed with Microsoft, you got Starfield trailer, 1 point. Halo Infinite trailer and gameplay, you got a point. New Forza, point. Psychonauts 2 gameplay, you got a point. Fable trailer, no points.
Nothing.
You nearly got a clean sweep there. That would have been incredible. Just the Fable messed you up there. Ubisoft, Star Wars game will be shown, no points. 22 Assassin's Creed announced, no points. Rainbow Six Quarantine gameplay, you got a point. Prince of Persia, no point. New Splinter Cell, no points. Then go on to Nintendo. Switch Pro, no points. Mario Kart 9, no points. Zelda Breath of the Wild release 2021, no points. Splatoon 3 trailer, no points. Metroid, more info. I gave you half a point because I know you're talking about Prime 4, but they said it was still in development, so you got half a point. Eidos Montreal's Marvel game, you got a point. Final Fantasy 16 gameplay, no points. Dragon Quest, no point. Final Fantasy Remake Part 2, no points. New GK gameplay announced. I don't know what that was, so I put no points.
New what?
You put GK.
Fuck, I don't know what I'm talking about. And who is that with?
2K WB. I don't know. New Borderlands, 1 point.
Knights. New Gotham Knights.
Oh, Gotham Knights. Okay, yeah. Oh, well, that no points. GTA remake remakes, 0 points.
That was very much a. That was me.
Yeah, that was dreaming, wasn't it? That was
dream,
absolute dreaming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. I came last, joined second, and then obviously Brad Seeley won.
Yay!
Terrible scores. I don't know what because the funny thing was you could get like 3 points, I believe, for getting a wild card right.
Yeah.
No one got any wild cards. And so we could have got quite high points.
Yeah, you could have just won it. Like,
yeah.
But all our wild cards were very much expect. Yeah, we wanted a lot.
Yeah.
So,
it was hard to follow Ash's wild cards because some of his normal prediction were more wild than the wild card.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like I don't know which one to pick.
I was like, new Spyro, done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This he actually could have got like 3 wild cards.
He could have, he could have.
Yeah.
It was
my cards are all wild, mate.
Yeah,
all wild.
But no, I don't know. Overall, out of 5, I'd give E3 a 3 out of 5. I'd say. Yeah, that's my rating. 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Yeah. Yeah. I'll give it a 3.5.
Yeah.
For myself, there was some good things there. I wasn't overly blown away. But I think Microsoft's shown exactly what they wanted to show, and Nintendo showed exactly what they wanted to show,
Yeah.
which is good for both of those. Well, there's a few like missing. Obviously, there's a lot of missing games, which also makes you think excited for future conferences and stuff. They didn't show everything, and obviously we're also waiting for PlayStation to go eventually, hopefully at some point
Yeah.
next month, maybe
Yeah.
or August or something. So
Hopefully, yeah.
we'll see. Cool. Yeah, that's it for news and main topic.
Oh
Have you
no,
got
we've
your?
got one last news story. We brought it up earlier on, but we'll just give people, because I know they want to know the dates. We've got Cyberpunk 2077 will be returning to the PlayStation Store on the 21st of June.
Yeah.
6
Yeah,
months
sorry.
after it got pulled. But apparently there's
ready.
still some bugs. There's still some
ready,
bugs on the
boys.
older consoles, so like the PS4. So
They did do a hot fix. There was a recent hot fix, and I believe one of the things they sold with the frame rates is they basically got rid of nearly all the cars, so there's no traffic and there's hardly any like pedestrians on the streets. Like there's hardly any NPC, so it's like an empty city with
Well, is
no
that for the
traffic.
Older
You just
consoles.
yeah, on the
Yeah.
PS4. The PS4 version now is like it's stable frame rates. Like you've got, but there's
Yeah.
nobody else
it's
in
like
the
you're
city.
playing a post-apocalyptic game because everyone
Yeah.
it's just you
Yeah.
and like some
Basically
some
Fallout at this
bugs.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember, vibrant living cities
Yeah.
you've never experienced before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exclusive on PC.
Yeah, yeah.
What a
And
shit show.
Yeah.
if you've got a 15 grand console,
If you want to play that, if you're hankering to buy it on the PlayStation, you haven't, and you can on the 21st of June.
Is anyone going to even buy it on PS4? Like,
No,
no one's
no,
going to fucking
no.
buy it for
No
PS4.
one would be interested in it.
Yeah. There'll be a nutter out there that'll be curious.
Oh,
I will play it again one day.
I will once it's fixed.
Once it's
I'll
fixed
quite
and
happily
the
jump
next gen
into it.
update is on, or I'd say current gen now, whatever. But
Yeah.
once that's on there, I'll give it another go. But
I'll give
I've
it
been
another
playing
go.
Mass Effect
I'm
1 for the
intrigued.
last month, so I just don't have a lot of time to play games in a minute. So it's yeah.
The next gen upgrades keep getting me. Whenever there's like a next gen upgrade, I'm like, oh, I want to jump into that. Like GTA, obviously, just talking about
Fallen Order.
Cyberpunk. I'm waiting for Fallen Order. I started playing that as well. So I played
Witcher.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm waiting for The Witcher as well.
Witcher,
Yeah,
yeah.
Witcher as well. Yeah, I bought GTA and The Witcher like in the last year for the next gen upgrade versions, so I can replay them again. So yeah,
I'm really torn at the moment. I've started playing GTA again a little bit, and I'm doing a bit of platinum hunting because I'm very close to it. One of the last platinum I need, well, there's two I need, but one of the last ones I need is to get a gold rating in all the missions. And I was having a look through, and I've got gold in fuck all of them. So I've basically got to do the whole campaign again. I'm like, should I do it
And
now?
several missions several times as well, potentially.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm gonna have to do it over and over again to get it like gold rated. But it's like, do I do it now, or should I just wait for the PS5 upgrade and just play the whole game again
Yeah.
when that happens? But then I was thinking, hang on a minute, don't I get 2 platinums if I do it now? Because
you do. Yeah,
I've got some news for the gaming podcast. It's May. I've
Break
got to
it.
wait to see if I actually get an email confirmation yet, or they just say no.
is that why
fucking
you went
jokes.
off? You're getting an Xbox.
I was getting an Xbox. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's
So
like
I,
right.
What the-
Yeah.
I had to.
He's
I had
making
to
vocals. He's so dodgy. He's like,
no, I did.
Dear, they called him. Was like, I got one.
I had to
Off a
phone
van.
up. I had to phone up someone to chuck some money in my account because I couldn't access my phone because I'm using this to record, didn't I? So yeah,
Okay, so
You're
you
shopping
potentially
while
got an Xbox.
podcasting.
Well, this
yeah, but it's for the
but
ga-
this
it's for the
yeah,
pod-
this
it's for the
breaking
it's
news,
for the
isn't it? Like,
podcast.
the Xbox
Alright.
conference, and they're actually sorting out an Xbox Series
know.
X.
It's the whole thing was shit, but then he's still going to spend 500.
no, 510. So I have to pay £10 delivery.
Wow.
We'll see. What
I
I'll probably get in a
I
minute,
think Microsoft are winning. You know, they're
what I'll probably get in a minute from game, it'll be like, oh no, we made a mistake.
They're on
Here's all
game.
your money back. And you can, yeah, well, at the moment they are, but the thing is, I had to do it. I couldn't just get the base console. I had to get it with a PlayStation. I had to get it with another red controller
PlayStation
as
5
well. Yeah, I had to get it with a PlayStation 5. But we'll see.
bundle.
We'll see.
Next gen
went-
bundle.
Everything went through. I had to confirm everything, and I've got a confirmation code, but we'll see.
Series S are in stock. Is that like known?
No, yeah,
Yeah.
this is a Series X with the red
Okay.
controller.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're just on Amazon now.
Nice. I like the I don't know what it's called. What's the lab thing where you can like create your own controller with Xbox?
Oh yeah.
Design Lab. Is it
that is
Design
really
Lab it's
clever,
called?
that. Yeah, I
That's
think so,
really
yeah.
cool. I love that on
Yeah.
because whenever there's new color of like a DualShock or what's it called now? What is the controller called? DualSense. No, yeah, that's it. Thank you. I would love to be able to design and have it all different colors, or like
Yeah.
have your own color and stuff. So yeah, that's brilliant. That's genius by Microsoft. The amount of money I probably would have spent if Sony did that, filthy.
Yeah.
amount of different color controllers I would have. So yeah, no, that's really cool. Sony, please do that.
Well done, Ash.
Thank you. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, man, congrats.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sell your Xbox One S to Reese, and then
It's great.
No, I
Yeah.
don't want last gen. If I
On
was
the
going to get
on Amazon on the Xbox images,
Yeah.
Destiny.
Oh, look. See, now Brad's like, actually.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's on
Hang on
Game
a
Pass. I
minute.
forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah, cool. So is that it? That's it for the news this week. Is that it for our topics? It was just E3 and what we thought. So, do you want me to go on to my pot bit?
Please,
my little-
please, yeah. Or we could just sit here in silence. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you do. People might enjoy that more actually. Right, okay, yeah. So this is this week in gaming. It's a big one. It's a big one. So I think you're going to get this quite quick. To be fair, as soon as
Oh, is
I
this
say
the
the first
guessing
clue-
game? Yeah, where you do the
Yeah.
clues. Okay.
I think as soon as I say the first clue, you're gonna know.
All right, I'm ready.
So,
All right.
so then this is the release date. So it was released on the 19th of June, 2020.
Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, he done it. Yeah, so he done it.
Oh, he's done it.
Yeah,
it was in
so-
The Last of Us Part 2, Brad.
I
Got the point. I've got the
Keep
point.
cheating.
Yeah,
This is.
this,
Got the point.
so my thingies was released 9th of the 6th, 2020. It's a sequel. Game from a well-established developer, has 2 playable protagonists, and was a massive disappointment. So that was my clues. But yeah,
Yeah.
no,
I got it
Reece,
at that. I would have got it at that
Reece got it.
point.
Yeah, so a year. It's been out a year already. I'm gonna go.
And
back
what a
into it.
masterpiece of storytelling
On
it
this-
was.
on this year anniversary. I'm
What a
gonna
masterpiece.
jump back in. So
Are you ready?
yeah, no,
I
I
might,
am.
I might play a game.
So yeah, give it another.
Here's
go,
one's a game
see if-
PS5 version. It's got me thinking. Give it a go.
See if I still dislike it as much. There you go, Reece, you're on 4 now. So
Am I still? You still got my name as Prick.
It's it's level pegging. You're all on 4.
I should really be on 5 because I didn't get that
4.
3D
Well,
like a month ago.
the piece of paper doesn't lie, and that says 4.
Yeah,
So you're on 4.
And did I get deducted a point as well at one point? So
You never got deducted.
Probably
a
from
point.
no.
bad
Oh,
behaviour.
okay. I thought you always said that. All right,
Never
fine.
got deducted a point.
All right, fine. Fair enough.
But yeah, that was this week's this day in gaming. So yeah,
That was a mouthful.
yeah
This
that was it.
week's
This-
day
this-
in.
this
Get-
week, this game to gaming. Yeah.
Okay, what have we been playing this week, guys? Have we played anything new or anything worth mentioning? You want to talk about?
Still trying to go for.
nothing.
Still going through Mass Effect 1. Going to be chasing that platinum.
Can you just give that up and go to Mass
No,
Effect 2,
Going to
please?
be chasing that platinum for the Mass Effect.
Are you gonna get a platinum? All three?
Yeah. I'm gonna. Well, obviously, I'm playing 1, so I'm gonna get 1.
So you're playing it through multiple times of different classes.
No, so what I'm doing at the minute, I can use some biotic abilities. So the trophies I can get for the character I'm getting, and then I was thinking just start. I have to do another playthrough as a tech character, but then just quickly just try and do it as quick as I can. Use it 25 times the power of the ability, and then that achievement,
Okay.
that trophy
Okay.
will pop.
Well, I respect that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Cool. Is that what you've been playing? Yeah, Mass
that's
Effect 1.
what I've been playing.
Yeah,
And
platinum
that, I say that a week.
Trophy on it.
I was just playing that yesterday. So
Cool.
Sparse week.
Brad Moore, you played anything else other than GTA on your trophy hunting, which is surprising for you?
Played GTA. I've jumped back into FIFA quite a bit because I'm bloody football mad me at the moment.
Yeah.
Um,
Bloody
football.
Euros too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
bloody-
won't lie to you. No, that is true. I was so. I'm thinking
Coming
about
on.
downloading Pez on Xbox off Game
Yeah.
Pass because I want to play.
You want to play?
yeah.
I want to play a
Seasonal.
football game now because
Seasonal.
watching football. I'm like, oh, actually, I want to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
Master League.
It's one of those
Yeah.
weird things where it's like that FOMO thing. If I didn't have FIFA, if I didn't buy it, I would constantly look at it in the store thinking, I really want to play FIFA. But because I have it, it's in my library, I just don't play it. I played it like twice since I
This is
bought
the
it.
problem. This is the problem with the libraries, mate. This is the problem with Game Pass and everything else. It's too readily accessible. We don't give them what they deserve.
Oh,
I might
True.
download Pez now. I might do it. I'm going to do it.
He's gone. He's
It's
gone.
been-
He's got to
it's
take
been-
a phone call.
Yeah.
yeah, it's been good fun playing FIFA. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it. GTA and FIFA. I haven't really played that. Destiny.
Playing like a 14-year-old boys game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GTA Online and FIFA.
Young at heart.
Chuck
Yeah.
Fortnite in there.
Yeah. You're missing Fortnite Warzone, and then you'll be right
Yeah,
there.
Warzone.
Yeah. Ash,
Oh, mate, I
played
haven't
anything
played-
worthwhile?
No, I haven't played anything. I did start playing Ratchet and Clank, the first one. You know, what was on the greatest
Oh, I
hits.
was about to say, wow.
I'll tell you what, the
got ripped
graphics
apart.
on that are beautiful, aren't they?
Yes. You want to see the new one? It's even
Yeah.
about a load better.
Because I remember playing the original one, and I was like, I don't think it looked like this. Don't
No,
know.
it definitely
I don't think
didn't.
it did.
And they got enhancements for the PS5 as well. So you got
Yeah. I've got
better
that.
textures, 4K, 60
Yeah.
frames.
And
stuff.
you finished Ratchet and Clank: The New Rifts Apart, didn't you, Reece? You finished it and platinumed it in a day, 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, go watch our last week's episode. Obviously, I gave my review and thoughts on that. And yeah,
Yes.
I got the platinum and stuff. Yeah. Pleased with myself.
Excellent. Yeah, you're catching up with me. It's a little bit worrying, actually. So
Yeah.
There
There was another trophy list that I was going to work on. I was like, oh, I'm so close to the platinum. I need to get it. I started playing Avengers again because I'm still grinding away at that trophy. I still don't know how I haven't got it. So weird. It must be bugged because I've done that mission. I did that mission like 3 more times again, and there's like 2 chests. So it's like I must be so close. And I've been playing Elder Scrolls Online because there was a PS5 upgrade this week. So I've been jumping into that with some friends because I've always wanted to get into it, but it's one of those games where it's quiet. Obviously, I'm sure everybody knows what Elder Scrolls Online is, so I won't go into detail, but I always find like multiplayer games like that where there is multiplayer, just fun with friends. I struggle just playing those by myself, and massive RPG or MMO as it is, I just would struggle. Same as like Destiny. If I never joined like Brad's group, I probably wouldn't be playing Destiny now as much as I love it. It's just after a while, there's so much you can do playing by yourself as much as I do like playing it by myself sometimes. Yeah. So have I played anything else? I think that's it. I haven't played anything else other than those 2. Like I said, I played that demo for like 2 seconds, boring. And I feel like I played something else, but I can't remember. But yeah, that's it. So it for this show this week, guys.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's
Yeah.
That's this week's show. Yeah. If
Another E3.
yeah, another E3's gone now. We have to wait to see if there's going to be another one next year. But yeah, if you've liked what you've heard, please give us a nice little rating on your preferred streaming platform, and also a nice thumbs up and subscribe on YouTube, where you can not only listen to us, see us in all our glory, and follow us on our social media accounts, which Twitter and Instagram are at PT Players Pod. Facebook is the Part Time Players Podcast, and I think YouTube is Part Time Players Pod, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Because,
part-time
yeah,
players
yeah.
pod. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of
and
us
yeah,
still
then-
part-time players. I only posted like 5 videos, and they've got that channel forever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, we
You
tried
know,
to get
big
it,
YouTube stars like us. I feel like we should like
Yeah.
bully them or
Awesome.
something. I don't get them out. Yeah.
I was going to
Jokes,
say, it's
of course.
so we've just passed our year anniversary. So it was our first birthday. So yeah.
Yes, part-time players is
Me-
one. Me
yeah,
and
me
and
and-
Seeley.
Yeah,
Right.
me and Reece started this a year ago.
Spring chickens, weren't we? We're just these
Yeah,
young
we were
lads with a
so
dream last year, and now look
optimistic.
at us.
We was like, oh, can't wait for GTA 6 to
Yeah.
get announced this year.
Brought on
And
these
those
2
remakes.
youthful interns. We're kind of
Yeah.
reconsidering it now. Kind of a mistake, but yeah.
Actually
nah.
doing dodgy deals on the podcast, right?
I know,
mate,
yeah,
listen,
it's-
mate, I just want the Xbox X, right? Series
Listen,
X.
listen,
I
know.
we'll see if they pull through, all right?
Yeah.
We'll check in next week to find
yeah.
out.
I've
Yeah.
actually get
Check the
one. It
River
was sent-
Thames to see if there's a fucking body floating in there.
It was send me a picture and I put it on Instagram. But yeah, there's a link tree in on our social. So yeah, that will show you all our other social media accounts and where you can download our podcast from. So check
Yeah.
that out. And yeah, if you don't mind giving us, if you listen to this on your phone now, say you listen to this on your phone now and you're on Apple Podcasts, just come out some little 5-star review and just put a nice little 5-star rating, little review that's saying it's great or something like that, because that it helps and it only takes a couple of minutes. All depends how long you want to write your review, but
Sure.
yeah, be really good. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate everything. Yeah, anyway, taking a time
And,
out of their day.
Yeah, for a year. If anyone's listened to us, been listening to us from the beginning, or you're new, or you've been listening to a few weeks, whatever. Thank you for
Thank you.
thanks for
Yeah,
thanks
and
for
on
taking an
to
interest
our
in
second
us.
birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we did have big plans for like episode 50, the anniversary,
We
and then we
did.
end up doing nothing.
We
You know,
didn't.
so
No, he just
No.
kind of.
Next
so
time.
yeah, maybe
Next
next
time,
time we
Yeah,
will.
maybe
Yeah,
for
yeah.
60.
Thing we never deliver any of
Yeah.
these things, so we're going to that's a pledge for year 2. We don't
Yeah.
promise anything and have no expectations of us.
Yeah,
So
exactly, yeah.
it's-
There you go.
yeah, it's like E3. Don't expect. It's your own fault.
Yeah.
You're disappointed. So,
Yeah. You just be happy if something good does happen.
yeah. Just
Yeah.
appreciate that we post every Monday. Well, we don't
Yeah.
even do that sometimes. So you know. so yeah.
Fucking
Anyway.
hell.
It's
Oh,
fast
fucking
and
hell.
loose.
Well, let's just end it before we just
Okay.
scrap the whole thing. Anyway,
No.
till next
Right,
week.
thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.